Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
Whatever begins to exist has a cause. Something can't just come into being from nothing. Secondly, the universe began to exist. I think we have both good philosophical arguments and scientific evidence for the finitude of the past, from which it follows, third, therefore the universe has a cause. And when you do a conceptual analysis of what it is to be a cause of the universe, you arrive at a being which is an uncaused, beginningless, timeless, spaceless, enormously powerful personal creator of the universe. Moral argument. And it would go like this. One, if God does not exist, then objective moral values and duties do not exist. That is to say, in the absence of God, everything becomes socioculturally relative. Two, but objective moral values and duties do exist. There are some moral absolutes, some objective values and duties. Three, therefore, God exists.
And there you go. That's right, America. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Matt.
And this is The Lost Art of Common Sense, brought to you by our merch shop, link in the description below.
Buy our shit.
Buy our shit. This week we're talking about no specific religion. I just thought it would be an interesting conversation to talk about the belief in God, which seems to be a human trait since you can track back some type of worship to a deity all the way back to when forever, really. I mean, maybe cavemen didn't, but I'm pretty sure they thought angry gods were after them when lightning struck. Like, oh, lightning god. So I'll throw out the first question to Kevin. I know we brought it up before, but do you believe in a higher power, and why?
I do believe in a higher power.
A higher
power.
It's
yeah.
Howard the Duck.
Oh,
I thought I corrected myself. Apparently I didn't.
Yes, I do believe in a higher power, and why? I don't know. I was raised Catholic.
Oh, you were indoctrinated.
No, and it's just hard to believe that we are just here for no reason. I mean, I think that's just the main truth of it. It's hard to believe that there is nothing after you die. That this is like all
circumstance.
Nothing. That I am just working for now, and I am just like, there is no reward at the end. That I am doing all this shit for no reward.
It really seems like you're
or no damnation at the end, possibly damnation at the end. Whatever my choices are, they should have consequence in the end.
Matt, what say you? Now that you look like you've had all the happiness that was left drained out of your body.
Yes, I believe in higher power. I was raised in a church. I always kind of questioned it, but I never questioned that there is a higher power. The things you go through in life and the things you see, not just man-made stuff, but like just nature. You go to the mountains and you're just like, somebody created that, somebody had to. And then, yeah, like Kevin said, something's gotta, we're not just here to be here. We're not just peons and randomly here. So there's definitely some kind of higher power and higher being that put us here for a reason. So
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't want peas on me. Oh,
yeah.
Peon. Oh,
peon,
not peas on. Okay.
Not peas on.
Not anymore.
Peon. Kevin, I know you got your random kinks, but don't bring them here.
Hey, remember to
this is a clean show.
Remember to erase my internet history when I die.
Clean-ish. I know we always have to check the explicit on the uploads. I too believe in God. I was raised Lutheran. I think I remember when I was a kid. Now, granted, this was like young, but I always remembered my pastor being like the pastor from Footloose, like very angry and very fire and brimstone. And in a Lutheran church,
no dancing.
They compared to nowadays, so I was like, man, that guy's really angry and sweaty. Someone needs to get him a fan, and maybe he won't yell so much.
Yeah.
Could
By
have
the
been
way,
being on the version of a heat stroke.
What up,
What's up,
Jared?
Jared?
What's going on, buddy?
Glad to have you on. So, documented established religions go back over 7,000 BCE, which is the new term for before Christ. Because, like, oh, we can't say that. It's Hinduism. And we do find evidence of religious beliefs in something, or in something in almost all of the ancient cultures all around the world. Are humans somehow hardwired to believe in a higher power? I mean, what do you think is the draw for that?
Matt, go
I
ahead.
think so. Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of like what I said. I mean, especially back then when you didn't have all this man-made stuff and it was just nature was happening. It's like, why is there lightning? Why does fire randomly start sometimes because of lightning? What made these mountains? Why are we all here? So I think that had a lot to do with it. And then if something bad were happening, it's like, oh, we're pissing off the gods, we're pissing off the higher power. Let's sometimes sacrifice something, which was interesting. But
That seemed to be their, like, back in the day.
that
That
was
was
their
like,
go-to.
oh, our crops are about an inch short. Need to be a little higher by the end of the month. So I'm gonna go find a virgin. I'll get the rock.
Yeah,
Or the
it
knife,
was.
whatever.
I looked it up before we started, and it kind of surprised me. I said, what civilizations did not believe in a higher power? And it says the ancient Greeks, particularly the Epicureans, are often cited as a group that openly expressed skepticism and disbelief in the traditional gods. Which I don't
Traditional
know.
gods, but I mean, I'm sure there was
It was
something.
probably, I think they meant just like the Greek gods and the Roman
Oh,
gods,
yeah.
all those. So I think this was kind of later in that um, area. I can't remember who the Epicureans were, but
Well, and if you think about, well, what do you think, Kevin? You don't really.
Humans are definitely hardwired to believe in a higher power. It's part of consciousness. You can't believe that you're not going to continue after death. I mean, that's just it.
yeah.
So, obviously, obviously what Matt said, even probably cavemen, once consciousness actually took, uh, they didn't know shit. So basically, what are the bright lights in the sky? What is that, big yellow ball like coming
I
up
mean,
in the
according to
east?
ancient aliens, those are aliens.
Well, some of them.
It's the others.
It's
The
the
others.
the gods were the ones that built the pyramids.
Yeah.
Well, and it kind of leads into the next
Or I should
question
wait till you
to
have to come back
where,
from the bathroom for the pyramid
Both,
talk. So,
well, that's true. But
the Egyptian pyramids and the other
Mayan.
ones too.
Mayans
And
that were, within
at
the
the same
span of
time.
all human history was built pretty close to the same time. As in,
And
nobody
on the
sailed
same
over from
meridian.
Egypt and be like, hey, man, we got these sweet, sweet, big ass pointy things in the sand. You guys could do something like that in the
And the
forest,
grass.
but less pointy and with square tops.
So you can actually walk on it.
That
Well,
way
that's
you
because
won't
they said.
fall to any
Well, see,
copyright infringement.
the difference is like the Mayans sacrificed people on top of their pyramids. The
Or they threw them
Egyptians
into a
built it for
fiery
their
pit.
pharaohs.
They
No,
just buried them in it.
they
Yeah,
built them as power generators,
I've
Kevin.
heard that because you put water underneath it and it'll vibrate and create, electricity.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's part of the. I think they're on ley
Heard a
lines.
lot of things
Maybe
create
not.
electricity if you vibrate
But
them.
that kind of runs into the
Called
next
friction,
question,
son.
to where why this behavior even exists, other than making us feel better. What purpose would it serve for us to have some kind of inherent trait to believe in a higher power?
I mean, I don't
Because
know
like
if there's.
everything in nature generally has a purpose through evolution. You know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean?
don't know if there is an exact purpose. Maybe for morality. I mean, I don't know. Morality
That's the
reasons.
atheist
So
argument. Like you don't need a God for morality, but like that one guy
you
said,
absolutely do.
if you don't have a higher power that sets like static morals,
I'm sorry
then
if
they're up
I
to
mean
the
we're going to get
whim
to it
of.
in your later question, but I will absolutely believe that for morality, a belief in a higher power is absolutely true. Just look at you think let's just I'm going to go off of this. I don't know if this is relevant, but like AA, one of the main things in AA is to believe in a higher power. Obviously, I'm not in it, but but I mean, it
Not
is one
anonymous, at least.
of the steps to, thank a higher power for, giving you sobriety for another day. That's one of the things. I think the like I said, the purpose is morality. I think that's part of it. Obviously, fear of
Yeah, that would be like possibly fear instilled by other people. But well, does it stem from our ability? Like you were kind of alluding to this. So, do you think it stems from our ability to critically think to ourselves, like our ability to ponder? We're not just walking around at this point in our evolution of society to where we're not spending all of our time hunting, gathering, and just surviving. Let's see what top is on this.
We are
Say, we
monkeys.
are a monkey on a rock. Jesus was king of Tartaria, but the Jews changed the story. I'm not 100% sure about that since the Jewish Bible is the Old Testament and the New Testament of Jesus was written by the Christians, but I don't know. I'm not a theologian.
I am. I
And it
don't
was all
know.
rewritten by Catholics. So
Yeah, well, it has been not reinterpreted. It gets rewritten to
yes,
modern
it gets
verbiage.
reinterpreted every
Yeah,
time it gets rewritten.
it's like the telephone game.
Well, yeah, they do that because modern language, you
Change.
can't
I mean, the
understand what they
vernacular,
say.
all that stuff. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
So
obviously,
it's not. It wouldn't be an interpretation as much as a translation.
yeah,
yeah.
it's translation, but you have to, you have to take liberties to put it into your own language.
hmm
That's true.
And
Terms of
sometimes your own agenda.
But yeah, that's what I was kind
Yeah.
of wondering. It's like we can sit around and think about things like where you don't see a whole lot of other animals doing that, except for maybe apparently monkeys are learning how to use fishing spears and making tools. So we're about this far away from
We've always been
Planet
that
of
far
the
away
Apes.
from monkeys. Let's be real. We're not that far.
The whole evolutionary argument does not make sense because no one has ever been able to find the missing link. And if we evolved from apes, there wouldn't be apes. That's how evolution works. Evolution just doesn't do something and be like, hey, I'm going to split this off just for whatever. That's why that argument doesn't make any sense. If something evolves, what didn't evolve dies.
Yeah.
That's why
Not,
we
not,
evolve.
well, with the dinosaurs, I mean, yeah, the
They
dinosaurs,
died
they
they
because of
came
evolved
volcanic
to
from
be
rock.
creatures.
burned up.
I get that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that the sea creatures came to land and they evolved, mutated, and then became the land dinosaurs, according to some. Um, but that we still have sea creatures, so not all of them did that. So I guess that's their argument.
Isn't that like shell thing with all the legs and the stinger? Like that's
Yes.
from the dinosaur days.
Yep.
It's a
Yep,
dinosaur.
crocodiles, sharks.
Forgot what the hell it's called.
Yeah, but sharks
No more
haven't really evolved.
megalodons. They're
I mean,
too
they've gotten
big.
smaller.
They
Is
have. I'm not saying they don't keep doing stuff, but
yeah. Well, I'm just saying when things evolve. Like so, if we actually were from an evolutionary step of apes,
yeah,
there wouldn't be apes because there's a reason for evolution.
yeah.
Yes. Obviously,
That's why 90
evolution
some odd
always.
percent of all the species on the planet, other than the meteor
It's
and the
called
Great
survival of the
Flood,
fittest.
are
I mean,
gone.
that's
Because
yeah.
if you don't evolve, you die. So what's the point of apes evolving into humans?
Maybe it was a certain kind of ape that no longer exists now, but
I
there
don't
are
know.
still
Apparently, they
chimps
said
and
there used to be
gorillas and other
hobbits,
stuff.
and people were bullies back in the
Yeah,
day. And we're like, "You're short."
yeah. There are fucking wizards
I shouldn't make
and
fun of short
elves.
people. They're just, evolutionally step
I know a
back.
hobbit. I know a hobbit.
They found like scales of like different like types of humanoids, but they haven't found a direct link that links us to monkeys. I guess, but
That's because those monkeys are all dead,
exactly, we murdered them all.
all
Actually, we
gone.
were getting our ass kicked by
You ever seen
cavemen.
the gorge?
Yeah, but I mean, cavemen,
No,
they kind of intermingled.
they did. There was something to do with the breeding, though, that they would, because not everybody has Neanderthal. DNA in them if you do, you're a descendant of a rapist? Because that's what they would do.
Is that a new online fucking? Am I a descendant of a rapist? .org.
Yes.
That's what the cavemen did.
Yes.
They raided the Homo sapiens villages. They killed the men, ate them, took the women, and had sweet, probably non-consensual love with them. Saw it in a video, so it has to be true.
It has to be true. It probably was. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Ah.
But
That's
the reason,
what somebody watching this show is going to say. Hey, I saw it in the show.
well, it caused
yeah.
no, there's something about where it caused a breeding issue where they couldn't multiply. Something to do with that, but there is an actual whole thing about it. I was bored and I was watching weird documentaries. Is this ingrained trait evidence of intelligent design? Anunnaki made
And yeah, we were bored,
men
so we had to
from
get smart.
apes. The lab is in
Osiris's shaft in Egypt. Did you laugh because of the word shaft?
You said shaft.
dude's name in shaft.
You said shaft.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't prove that there's not a higher power.
No.
I mean,
And
that's why I say this isn't a big thing trying to push Christianity over Muslim or whatever. It's strictly about higher power thinking. Like not even,
No, we're not singling out one religion or another. It's just every religion. I mean, obviously, every religion believes in a higher power.
Now, there are a lot of people that have made arguments saying that we were originally created by the Anunnaki as a slave race, and that we rose up and ran them off the planet. That's a theory.
Where you go, humans?
We're like, you know what? Have you guys never seen that?
Planet
What the hell is that movie with John Travolta?
Horrible Battlefield
horrible
Earth.
Battlestar Galactica?
No, it's like
Battlefield
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield
That
Earth.
was
Right.
that's more Scientology. That's all
That
Scientology.
is
That's terrible.
Scientology, but it's also human history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, you don't.
Religion is a man-made ideal. It's a
Fabrication,
fabrication.
Except for a lot of the books in the Bible written by people who were alive during the time, so they could be good storytellers. But I don't know. I mean, I do think that religion
Obviously, we
has
don't
been,
know because
So
we
is
weren't
Romeo
there.
and Juliet.
No one was there.
Yeah.
well, that's
Well,
why
there were
a lot
people
of,
there, but nobody alive.
That's how they.
That's why
substantiate
religion's a belief. It's not. It's not something set in stone. If everybody knew there was a higher power, then again,
Now, religion has been maliciously used throughout history to control and condemn and murder probably millions of people.
That's pretty good. Bears
Slightly.
beats Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. I like it. I love it. Greatest show
An
ever.
old Office reference.
Greatest show ever.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
Using my little office stapler.
Oh,
Says quotes.
your office stapler?
Yeah. Can't really see it because my thing, but
That's what I think of Jello.
it's in Jello. It's a stapler in Jello
Oh, okay, I get it.
from the
nice.
first episode. Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
No, you don't.
But yeah, I would think so. What would it look like if humans didn't have need, want, or longing to believe in a creator? Period. Like if I don't know, because I'm trying to think because even people who don't believe in anything, when shit gets real bad, they all seem to start praying
Yeah, I mean
to Gaia or whatever.
Obviously, I think wow, religion has caused so many deaths, and also it has saved so many people. I mean, it's a hard one to think.
Religion used for control.
Yes,
that's why I'm not a huge fan of organized.
But I
religion.
think it points a moral compass north. I mean, no matter what, I mean, you can't deny that. For most part,
It keeps you.
I mean, some religions are more.
I haven't seen The Office in a while, so I need to catch up again. But I do half-ass remember that. I need to catch up. Well,
it was like 5 minutes ago, Josh, but okay.
Yeah, I think it points a moral compass north for most religions. Obviously, everybody thinks they're morally superior, but some are not. Let's go with some extremist groups. But I think it has. I don't know what we would be like without religion. I don't think we would be a consciousness is going to breed uh uh need for a higher power. It's just what it is. I'm going to keep going back to that because that's what it is. Consciousness needs a higher power. Nobody wants to fathom that what they do in life has no meaning in. Like if we found out there was no higher power, it would be complete anarchy. Because what's the point of being good or not doing whatever the fuck you want? Or, you know, it's just you
Well, an
need a
atheist
higher
would say
power.
because you're a good person.
That's not a thing.
We're
I'm
all
sorry.
assholes.
I mean,
require the
for the
divine
most
morals.
part, people suck and they will do whatever they need to do to get ahead. And I'm sorry, but unless you believe that there might be a chance that you're fucking going to hell or whatever version of hell you believe in, you're, I mean, if you don't think there's consequences to your actions, then it's anarchy. I mean, that's what it is. And we
Well-
would not be here without a belief in a higher power. We would have wiped each other out long ago.
Well, then you just keep leading into my next questions, Kevin. It's like you're reading ahead. So,
Oh, was I? I didn't even read this. I
well,
didn't even
no,
read
it
your
just.
questions.
And
He's
I'll
just
send this
talking.
to
He's just
Matt. Would
Preaching.
civilization have advanced as much as it has without it?
No. Especially going back to like the Roman days and everything, and they believed in their gods and their higher power. They wanted to please them, so they created stuff. They figured out how to make roads. They figured out how to make all these different things, and as they created more, they got smarter, and then they kept going, and then spreading that to other civilizations, and then they had their own deity that they wanted to please, and they wanted to advance and build more. So no, I think if there was no religions, people would like shrivel up, and their civilizations would shrivel up and just die off or get killed by people that do.
Kind of like how all hippie communes fail and smell bad.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the smell thing I think really
smells bad.
tips it.
Yeah.
It's like your stupid pine-based deodorant's not working.
Why
Just
are you
saying.
throwing squirrel shit?
You know, but back in the day, way back in the day, people, were pretty smart and they decided to build a really tall tower. And they built it a little too close to the spaceship, so they destroyed it and scrambled everybody's brains to where everybody spoke a different language.
What
That's
the fuck
the
are you
tale
talking
of
about?
What
the
are you
Tower of
talking
Babel.
Oh, the
The Tower of Babel was like
Babylon.
200 feet high.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying
what they thought was high.
that was
They
pretty
must have
high.
been high to think that's the reason.
Okay,
You
I did a
know-
really loose interpretation of that story, but you can't tell me that it wasn't.
Did you
pretty
just
well
watch
spot on.
Veggie Tales yesterday?
Maybe. That's where I get most of my knowledge from history.
That's where I get all.
Exactly.
If it
That's
isn't in
where I
a
get
cartoon,
it.
I ain't fucking talking about it.
If Junior Asparagus and Tom the Tomato aren't telling me anything,
Okay,
You
here's
know
what's
their
weird.
names.
I knew of the show you were talking about.
You
I have
don't?
no idea who the characters are. So
I said I grew up in a church.
My God, how much younger are you than us?
Not that well. I don't know. How old are
decade?
you?
40.
You 47?
No. So less than a
Not a
decade.
decade.
Well,
I'm 30.
kinda
I'll
seems
be
like there's a-
37 in March.
there's a resurgence in people moving towards faith.
He's almost a decade older than you.
Fuck off.
I'm just saying.
Towards faith.
I mean, with the beard, maybe
well, the beard makes you
makes
look
you look older.
30
Makes
years
you look older.
He's 9 years older than you.
I'm not. How old are you?
He says 36.
36.
36. Oh, yeah. I'm 45.
Thanks everybody.
45
that's
years
watching this.
young.
You know how old I am.
No, but it seems like there has been a resurgence of people moving towards faith. But for a while, it had been dropping off with people. I mean, you can look at the stats. Like, I think the U.S. used to be like 80% Christian. Now it's either down or below 50. I have heard of the long dated skulls, but not from Peru and the Red Sea.
You talk about
I guarantee you,
Crystal skull.
I watch all this. Not the crystal skulls; those are all fake.
Those are all fake.
They were elongated.
somewhere, not all.
Well,
of them.
no,
Aliens.
the one in Indiana Jones was, but
That's what
that's
I'm
not
talking
what the
about.
actual crystal
That's what I'm
skulls look
talking
like.
about. That's what I'm
No,
talking
all
about.
the crystal skulls have been recently
You got
found
it.
to be fake.
Yeah, Indiana
You got
Jones
it,
ain't
Kevin.
truth,
You got it,
especially
Kevin.
since that was the worst Indiana Jones.
The elongated
Well, I don't know.
skulls
Maybe
and
the
the
fifth
Oh, I
smooth
don't know.
skulls.
The newest one was pretty bad.
Yeah,
The
The
latest
people
one.
with smooth skulls are weird too. It's like, how were you born without your plates being all loose?
babies.
There are
Like that.
we all have the cranial ridge or whatever
Yeah,
of those where our skull fuses together after
yeah.
birth.
When
as
you're
we get
babies,
older. There are
that's why there's a
people
soft
on the
spot.
planet that don't have that.
Yeah, they have to wear helmets.
Babies.
No, they still have a skull tip shit.
They have to wear helmets. I mean, they do because there's a point in their like. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
because
that's
there's
why
a
they
soft
wear
spot.
helmets. Because
I'm not
Kevin was
saying
part
there's
of
a
that.
soft spot. I'm saying they have they have found skulls that are skulls
Well,
that
you
don't have those.
They found
don't you
skulls that are
remember the old
skulls.
National Geographics where people can actually like form the skull, like when
Yeah,
they're young,
they
like they can
smashed
actually
it.
put something
Yeah,
in on their head, and it will actually
Yes,
elongate.
that is not what I'm talking about.
they made
Why not?
movies on that.
You should be.
I'm just saying, like that's a part of every human, and there
Yeah.
have been found skulls that don't have that,
Huh,
and you
huh.
have to have that in order to work your way through the old birth canal.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Maybe they came out like Alien through the chat or through the stuff, like.
I like the suture ring.
Well, we can wrap up the main topic with this: if all faith in a higher power is gone tomorrow, what would your outlook for the future be?
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die. That's my outlook.
Yeah, we would. It'd be anarchy.
Religion goes away.
I'm
Yes.
gonna yeah, it'd be complete anarchy.
See, he knows what I'm talking about. Top is in is smart. You guys are dumb. That's a real thing.
I'm just saying they birthed
that
like
just
the
you
alien.
making
Why can't
comments?
they birth like Alien? Maybe not the chest cavity, but like the stomach.
I would still kill you.
Oh, I know. I didn't say the mothers made it. I'm just saying that's what happened. You know,
Possibly.
what happens.
You're horrible.
What?
Well, it's funny though. Like, I guess it kind of.
How else would they be birthed? They just made.
There are more and
Hatched.
more
Hatched.
like
yeah,
astrologers,
like the face
physicists,
suckers. Alien.
mathematicians, all these people that are doing all this research, and a lot of people. One of the guys who really goes around pushing the faith as a guy who literally spent like 7 years trying to disprove faith because his wife is an atheist, and I guess he wanted to tell her, "I told you so."
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
But the farther people look back toward the Big Bang, all that stuff, whether or not you believe in God, Jesus, all that stuff, the farther they get close to the Big Bang, the more and more evidence there seems to be for intelligent design. Kind of like what that guy was saying. It's like we can't wrap our brain around infinity, no beginning, no end. That's not how our brains work. There's a beginning
Yeah.
and end to everything. So like people can say, oh yeah, infinity. Nobody can wrap their actual brain around that concept of there being no beginning and no end. Well, the universe had a beginning. It's same thing with the golden ratio and how nature has all these like the golden ratio in it. It's all symmetrical and stuff like that.
like a circle,
Yeah.
not a square.
Or an octagon.
Well, here's my
Not
little
a triangle.
uplifting thing. All right, so the universe.
Give it to us.
Fucking Larry.
Regardless, the universe created something that knows what the universe is, which is pretty amazing. And if you're one of the billions of people who have lived on this planet that knows what the universe is, and we might be the only intelligent being we don't know yet.
Sad.
It's pretty remarkable that you're alive at all, that you're here. So, I mean, don't piss it away. You won the cosmic lottery. The amount of
you're born in
all that
America.
shit you have.
Evan, you should become
Yeah,
a
that's a
motivational
motivational
speaker. This is
speech.
firing me up.
Yeah,
This is
see,
firing
I
me
feel
up.
like
man.
you
piss
should
your
be-
life
live.
away.
Go live
I mean,
life.
regardless of what you believe,
Get skinny.
it's pretty remarkable you're here. Period.
All right, now take everything you just said and say it again with your Southern preacher accent.
I'm not doing that.
It won't offend anybody. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've already done it, but
He had a whole mini series on TikTok about
Yeah.
that.
Did you?
oh yeah,
Yeah, you're a horrible follower.
yeah.
Well,
But I mean,
kinda,
it is pretty remarkable that you're one of billions of people in this universe, intelligent life that is able to know what the universe is and study shit and actually grow and I don't know what that was. Actually grow and
Ghosts,
you know,
they followed you from your old house.
you know, be better.
Yeah, they should be better. You know, the weird thing is though, have you ever noticed that it's either because of our intelligence and we've like, I'm not exactly sure when the hell we would have survived. Is it just me? And this still goes into the higher power of God and all that stuff. But is it just me? But do humans not seem like they evolved on this planet? I mean, think about it. We can't see at night. We don't see during dusk or dawn very well. We burn in the sun. We require clothing for the climate, unless we were only supposed to stay in Africa, which apparently, I guess that's where they're saying around that area, which is just happens to be where all the biblical stuff happened.
Yeah, people
Is
aren't
where
getting
all life
hairier.
generated, huh?
People aren't getting hairier.
But no, what I'm saying is, even back in the day, it just seems like animals don't have to wear sunblock or use sunglasses.
I'm
I'm
I
not
don't know.
following.
I'm not quite sure what that is.
Yeah, please
Ion
explain.
High. What is the Ion High?
Yeah.
That and the fact that our moon is where it is and how it is kind of leads.
Well, that's a
into,
space station.
intelligent design.
We've already
too.
talked about this.
That is 100% a space station.
Ion eye drops.
What?
No,
The
not,
family of
not
eye drops
drops.
designed to support the health of your Terrafil. That's what it said.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I know Aeon
think so
Flux.
either.
That was a show on MTV. It was a cartoon.
It's
That
to
was-
help with dry eye symptoms, particularly
don't
after.
think
I
that's
don't
what
think
he's
that's what he meant.
Kevin automatically goes back to the first cartoon porn he used for porn.
It was
back
on
in the day.
MTV.
Like, oh, I think she's wearing
It was
a thong
after
today.
Beavis and
Ooh.
Butthead.
Yeah, I know. It had like that old school Last Unicorn style animation.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if I ever watched an episode, but I know of it,
Easy
and I
comedy
remember that it
right
was a
now.
shitty fucking movie.
What was?
Aeon Flux.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
stupid,
yeah,
the live
that
action.
movie sucks.
Well, I think that wraps up the main topic, but I am going to leave with a little bit. It has to do with God, so I put it in there, but it's an interesting factoid about our first president that basically has been removed from all the history books, given in a very short, summarized version by Ben Carson.
I mean, kind of.
It was this story about George Washington.
The blood-pool president?
Yeah.
You know, George Washington was a courier for General Braddock, one of the English generals during the French and Indian War. All of the couriers were killed, and Washington had 2 horses shot from beneath him, and he had 4 bullet holes in his jacket, but no flesh wounds. He had bullet fragments in his hair, no flesh wounds. Many years later, he still hadn't become president yet, but he was back in the area, and one of the Indian chiefs who had been involved was elderly at that point, near death. He said to his braves, "Take me to see this man. I must see him before I die." And when they brought him in the presence of Washington, he said, "Sir, I'm an expert marksman, and I shot you 17 times. And my men shot you." And pretty soon I told them to stop wasting their bullets. And I just wanted to meet the man who was protected by the great presence above. Wow. That story used to be in all of our history books until it became politically incorrect.
Why was it politically incorrect?
God.
And I looked it up. That's a true story.
Where'd Kevin go?
I don't know. He just left.
Disappeared.
What a
Disappeared.
jerk. That is an actual true story.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of weird that they took it out of the history books because it does. The big argument is he was like anointed or what, he was protected by a higher power to become president. So I guess that's why I took it out. But that was the first time I heard it. So I'm like, I'm going to look that up, see if it's true.
Kevin.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I never heard of that before.
Everybody knows you left, Kevin. They even heard your toilet
You
flush.
disappeared.
Well, I mean, you told me about it earlier.
Well, let's run into winners and losers of the week.
In my book, you're a winner too. I think you're a loser.
Kevin, starting out with losers. Who's your loser?
I have, well, I mean, they're both related to the same thing. Both Tom Hanks for a stupid clip and the people that got mad about it.
Oh, here's that clip.
How you doing down now? Now, I heard a fellow could win some money here, and I know exactly who that is, the church lady.
Yes, that is correct, Doug. Thank you. That is the church lady. $400 for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, now, speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
Oh, no. Oh, no, it's just a handshake. Yeah, it's just a handshake. Yeah, all right. You're welcome at Black Jeopardy anytime.
All right. Well, thank you, my brother. Maybe I'll start a show for you to come on, and we'll call it White Jeopardy.
Oh. Let's see. We got a little context. The all-seeing eye is often associated with the idea of a hidden or secret knowledge that reveals the true nature of reality, human history, and the universe.
That is not what Google told me.
Because you looked up the wrong thing.
No, Google told you it was eye drops, so
It told me it was eye drops, and then it gave me some biblical stuff on it, but it was not.
I don't know. We might be learning some pretty freaky shit that we'll bring up later on with Microsoft's new chip.
yeah. So was that clip stupid? Yes, but people were up in arms about it.
Who thought it would be a good idea to tie that into Trump?
He played that previous character
with the MAGA hat on.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah,
and no one cared. Now all of a sudden people care.
Because people can speak up nowadays, though.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's a skit. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lose any sleep over it.
No, and people were really mad about it.
It's just people read the
people
room.
get mad about everything. You breathe wrong, they'll get mad.
Exactly. And I don't think that was a reason to.
You got to think you can say that, Matt, but people that have supported Trump have literally been shit on, canceled, and shit for over 4 years. So I can understand why people are hypersensitive to that stuff. Like, I didn't care, but it's not like, people were like getting their yards vandalized or, so I can understand. That's why I don't understand why the writers can't figure out, read the room.
I get it. That's why
do you get it?
That's
Kevin?
why I picked both of them. But
we're getting angry.
I don't think you should have to fucking. I don't think you should be fucking up in arms about it. Don't watch the fucking show. That's the best way to get. If you're mad about it, stop watching it. Stop watching these fucking clips. Get the show fucking canceled. If you're that mad about it.
Trump.
Good luck getting Saturday Night Live canceled, but yeah.
Yeah, they're uncancelable because I think they've been losing money for years. And I don't know. I used to like Saturday Night Live.
They still have some good clips here and there.
That's that's why I don't watch the show. I wait for the clips.
Yeah.
I had to look that up because I didn't watch it. So I was just like, what's everybody pissed off at Tom Hanks for? Here's the thing about Tom Hanks, though. So he's kind of like one of those people that kind of made some good comedy, stuff like that. And then Forrest Gump hit, and then he exploded, and he got super famous, and people think he's on Epstein's client list.
Right, which is coming out.
Yes.
As well as Diddy's.
Oh, yeah. Pam Bundy's got it on her desk.
She's going to release it.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I'm going to review it, make sure I'm not on it.
Hold on, that's part of my winner thing, so.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Who's your loser, Matt? You got one?
I don't. I was trying to come up with one. I don't really have a loser.
Josh's face.
Me, because I don't have a loser.
Oh, yeah, you are a loser.
Josh's
I'm the loser.
Maybe fuck yourself.
That's good.
My loser.
What's going on with, why is our thing red?
What's red?
What's red?
Left. Oh, it disconnected.
It says live.
We probably got kicked off.
We got kicked off of Facebook for some reason.
Weren't able.
You're still on YouTube.
Stream. Yeah, it's just Facebook. We probably got kicked off for saying something.
Yeah.
Probably the fuck yourself.
Probably speaking truth.
My loser is Canada. Right? Yep, my loser's Canada. Why? Well, mostly because it was just, I get why I just thought it was funny that technically they're winners too, but they booed the national anthem and then they physically and sportsmanly got their ass kicked in the same night.
I didn't see they booed him.
It kind of runs into my winners and losers, but you didn't see that game?
Yeah, but
Here's
then they
mine.
lost yet. They
What
lost.
exactly does Canada want?
We want more money. Yeah, more money. As you can see from this graph, the entire economy of Canada relies on American money. Without them, we are doomed to recession.
What say you, Mr. American?
Canada.
Oh yeah, the Nash Brothers.
What makes us sad is we lost to Canada last night.
Yeah, but it was a close game though. So like
Yeah,
when
it
we beat
was. It went
Canada, it
into
was
overtime.
a
It
blowout.
It was overtime, wasn't it?
And we
lost
didn't
in
have
overtime.
like 3 starters in the game.
Yeah,
because
they
they
were
were hurt.
busy.
I didn't even know the first one was going on. Otherwise, I would have watched it.
No
I just
one
saw the
did. All of a
clips
sudden,
afterwards.
like everybody's like, "Holy shit, we're beating Canada!"
Yeah, they
Like,
beat
a
our
bunch of people
national
tuned
anthem,
in.
and then 3 fights broke out
within the first
like
9
9
seconds.
Yeah, 9
9
seconds,
seconds.
or something like that.
Like they just like
I saw one
it
of the refs
started.
just talking to a player, and he's like, "Holy crap, what is going on?"
Yeah, like they started. The guys just threw their fucking gloves off and started punching each other. It was awesome.
I gotta love it. Gotta
So
love
yeah, I mean that was my loser and technically my winner. So even though they did lose, I mean at least the last game was a big game, and thanks to all that controversy in the first game, a shit ton of people watched that game.
Mm.
Yeah,
and then Trump came out and called Trudeau a loser. So
yeah, keeps calling government.
Well, I guess I do have a loser.
Oh yeah, who's your loser?
Marvel.
Marvel.
I saw the Captain America movie, and
Was it bad?
Not.
I thought you were sticking up for that movie.
I was for a bit, and then I watched it.
Why was it bad?
And just because it was basically an Incredible Hulk movie from the Ed Norton one. It was basically a sequel to that.
Yeah.
But without Ed Norton or
I don't know. I heard it was going to be
certain
pretty
character.
choppy from all the rewrites and reshoots because they knew they were going to lose money, so they were probably having to cut out a bunch of DEI bullshit.
Well, they did that, but then they had to reshoot because they brought on that Israeli character. And a lot of people were like, "You think that's a good idea to do now?" But yeah, I did.
Weird.
It was interesting, but it was not a Captain America movie. They just like it was a Hulk sequel, and they threw Anthony Mackie in there.
I think everybody knew that was going to be a goose egg when it came out.
I mean, was the Green Hulk in there, or is it just all Red Hulk?
No, just Red Hulk.
Just Red.
So it's just the president.
But yeah, they had the same
You're
characters
just calling
from
it a sequel
Incredible Hulk.
to the Edward Norton one because of the Brainiac dude.
No, because of him, because of the general who's now the president, and because of basically the storyline. Other than they finally acknowledged the Eternals. They finally acknowledged the big ass.
They got way too much shit going on. I feel like they
hand
What happened? The big hand in the water? Like no one ever
like
mentioned
nobody
it.
talked about it after that.
Yeah.
Nobody. Just like
I do
the
know that the
biggest
whole movie
being-
rotated around that Eternal that was sticking up because apparently he was made out of the same shit that Wolverine was made out of.
Yes.
Adamantium.
Yes. Adamantium. That
That
they
is
do introduce adamantium.
the bestest in the world.
But then they, yeah, you'll just have to see it.
I'm gonna wait till it
They
comes
introduce
out.
it, and then
I'll just wait till it. I don't know. I'll probably.
I don't know.
watch
They
it
had a
sometime.
chance to keep that stuff going and be entertaining, and they just ruined it by putting stupid shit in there.
Liv Tyler was in it though, so that was nice.
Who's your winner, Kevin?
All of Trump candidates picks. One, they all made it through. So congrats on them for making it through the. Even Mitch McConnell voted for cash. So
Cash money.
Yep.
Cash
So
money.
good for all of them. Obviously, I like what Marco Rubio's doing, especially with Ukraine.
He's surprisingly doing a good job.
Yeah,
I didn't really know what to expect from him.
I mean, I think I don't know. RFK really hasn't done a whole lot yet. I mean, he's cussed out Pharma once, or not cussed them out, but kind of put them in their place. Pam Bondi is the DOJ's going after. I obviously New York. Then she said she's going to release the Epstein file, the Diddy file, all those things. So cool on that. Then
Okay,
can't think. I mean, obviously,
when are they releasing the
Department of
Kennedy
Interior.
file?
I don't think they really do anything right now. Then DOE is going after.
Our video was shut down on Facebook because it may contain because of a copyright match.
Because of your. What'd you play? Was it the beginning or the?
I guarantee it was the SNL thing.
It might
Oh.
be.
That's probably what it was.
Was
That's
that over
fair
30
use. It
seconds?
does not fall under copyright.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, as long as you're not replaying it as like this is my content, you can use it as so. Yeah, Facebook can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Who cares? But I mean, I just like all the cabinet picks. I think they're all doing good. I think this is going to be an exciting 4 years.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Cash and Bundy are gonna do. I know he said he's looking into all the bullshit. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're not gonna go after your retribution," blah. I'm like, "No, but if you guys broke the law, they're gonna go after you." That's what he was saying.
I think the DOJ
fucked
ruled
up.
that Trump can fire judges now.
Did they?
Yeah,
because that one judge you had a bunch.
Well,
of,
because they're politically appointed and might have political bias.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody who's
Might
politically
have?
appointed by the president can be fired.
Well, they're supposed to be non-biased. That's how justice is blind. That's how it's supposed to work.
Just watch Law and Order.
That's why Lady Justice has a blindfold on. That's how it's supposed to work. It hasn't.
Judge
for
Dredd.
a long time.
Yes, we all need Judge Dredd.
Absolutely.
So, you know what? I actually like that movie.
The second one.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with
Not the
Carl
Stallone
Urban was
one?
good. The Stallone one.
Hey, back when that was made, that was a pretty good movie.
No,
it did not age well.
I wasn't even there, but no.
No, the one with
yeah, that was good.
Dennis Leary.
Carl Urban.
I mean, when they do
Yeah.
a slow motion crushing of a human skull, I mean,
The one with Wesley Snipes was good. That wasn't Judge Dredd. What was that?
That was Demolition Man.
Demolition
that
Man.
was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That was good. That was good.
Seashells for
The
cleaning
3
your butt.
seashells.
Yeah, when you said Dennis Leary, I was like,
Well, Dennis Leary was in it.
he was in Demolition Man.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of Wesley Snipes right away.
Yeah.
And I thought
We'll
of
probably
Blade.
get to
Then
that
I thought
point
of
at some
Wesley
point,
Snipes.
but with robots.
What?
Like Judge Dredd.
There's so many AI robot movies out right now. It's great.
I know.
I like the Megan Fox one. I think we need more of those robots.
Fox movie.
Hey, we're already off Facebook. We're already off Facebook.
Yeah, it doesn't even give us the option to get back on Facebook. That's funny.
You got a winner, Matt? No, I deleted it. I
Winner?
took it off.
Oh,
Screw 'em.
fuck
We might not
those.
stream to Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
I like the SNL. It's great. I thought the 50th, the big 50 episode was great. They had.
I was surprised
Eddie
Rob
Murphy
Schneider was there.
Yeah, he was
I think he's
there.
been
Eddie
catching a lot
Murphy
of hate.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, they replaced Eddie Murphy in the Jeopardy game with Tom Hanks in Black Jeopardy.
I didn't see any of
Did
it,
they?
so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was probably just
the
'cause
first
that
part
kind
of it was Eddie Murphy, and then I don't know if he got it wrong or whatever, but I was just searching for the clip, see what everybody was all, pissed off about.
I didn't hear they were pissed off about it. I watched that live and I thought it was funny. But no, they had Eddie Murphy being Tracy Morgan in front of Tracy Morgan.
You know who Eddie Murphy should have been?
Who?
Gumby.
I'm
Kevin knows
Gumby,
what I'm
bitch.
talking about.
Yeah.
Or the old school one where he had the hot tub and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would
I'm
have been
Gumby,
great.
bitch.
Bring those back. I'm Gumby, bitch.
What was he supposed? He was doing an interview and he was supposed to do some big movie, but then he did Beverly Hills Cop instead. It was. Oh, who was it? It went to a white guy.
I don't know. He did
I
pretty
can't
good in
remember.
Beverly Hills Cop. I love
He
those
was
movies.
great in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. Even the last one was good.
I liked it.
I didn't see the new one. I didn't
It
watch
was
that yet.
good. I liked it.
Nice. I'll have to watch it.
Axel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty well wraps up our winners and losers. Going to the Trump truth.
Truth.
What I say is what I say.
All right. Trump truth of the week is, let's see. Over the past 4 years, the Department of Justice has been politicized like never before. Therefore, I have instructed the termination of all remaining Biden-era U.S. attorneys. We must clean house immediately and restore confidence. America's golden age must have a fair justice system that begins today. And that was the Trump truth of the week.
What I say is what I say.
I went for it.
Your Trump impression is getting a little better.
I haven't been working. I've been working on it in my head. So, you know what? I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was not bad.
So let's go into a new segment. We might not talk much about it, but we're adding a new segment called Doge Weekly Update.
Of course there's some wasteful spending, but you don't use a meat axe and cut everything.
Who else is here? Well, President Milei has a gift for me. Javier Milei from Argentina. You guys know who that is,
right? They don't really get a good picture of him, so I wanted to make sure everybody got a good look at him.
Bob Pinciotti or
Bob Pinciotti.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
So weird.
All this gold in Fort Knox. It's the public's gold. It's your gold. So, like, I think you have like a right to see it.
Take a tour,
you know. Yeah, I think we should have it do a tour. And then the president last night was like, "That's not." I think he's in favor of it. That would be cool. And then it should be like a live tour. Like you can see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Open the door. Like,
so obviously they've been
it.
finding a lot more fraud and stuff like that, and they're going to be going into the IRS and pretty soon the DOD.
Pentagon's laying off 5,000 people.
Well,
5,000
they're probably all
civilian
DEI
workers.
people. There's a shit ton of waste in the DOD. I mean, they just like lose money. I mean, Brunsfield
Like
lost,
literally just lose
$1
it.
trillion.
Yeah.
I had $1 trillion and I turned around and it was gone.
Well,
it was $1 trillion bill.
You know where it went.
And it was huge.
It's
like the size of a billboard.
The black
U.S.,
government.
Canada, Mexico, Argentina. It's like the Animaniacs.
Well, the president of Argentina is pretty badass, as we just saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly sure what the chainsaw is. Did they use the chainsaw in order to turn his economy around or something? Like, what is it?
No, it was just
him.
It was
Most
just
random
it was just something for
shit.
cutting bullshit out of the government. That's what it meant.
Oh, that's
It was a symbol, but a very weird symbol.
You got everybody talking.
It was a big ass chainsaw.
Live by the chainsaw, die by the chainsaw. What do you think about the whole going to Fort Knox thing? Do you think it's going to matter when they open the doors and there's nothing in there?
I don't know what that gold is. Even if it's there.
What
I mean,
kind
it
of
doesn't
implications?
Back the dollar.
What
I
would
don't
that
know
mean?
what
Yeah.
what it means. What is it?
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
no longer backed by gold. That's
So
why we
what
had
is
Fort
it?
Knox.
I mean, what's it there for?
Yeah, so when we find out it's not there, I don't think it's going to have that big of an impact.
It's not going to have any impact at all because the dollar's not backed by gold. But
Other
it
than
technically
possibly shooting
is
up the price of gold.
our gold.
Actually, it might not. It might actually tank.
Because if the government obviously has the gold, I mean, supposed to have the gold, so it's our gold. But I mean, I don't know what it means anymore. Like, can you just sell it and pay off some of the debt?
I mean, it's not backing our dollar, so theoretically, if there was any in it, you could.
Yeah.
Trump's like, I'm going to put us back on the gold standard. Goes into Fort Knox, and it's just a suitcase full of IOUs. Be like, fuck.
So this is a little off topic, but with money, did you guys hear they're talking about getting rid of the penny?
They should. It's worthless.
Yeah. Okay.
It actually costs more to make the penny.
Yeah, it
than
costs
the
3 cents to make a penny.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
It's fucking stupid. I mean, leave what's in circulation, but stop making any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point you're
I
going
just
to
heard
have
something on the
to,
radio the other night. I was like,
you're going to have to redo pricing and tax percentages and all that, which wouldn't be hard.
No.
You just got to make everything
have the nickel be a
multiple of
dime.
5.
Everybody uses, for the most part, no one comes in with exact change.
Taxes are
I
the
do,
reason
all the
why
time.
you have to have change.
I only pay in change. Not really, though.
Well, I know, but you don't pay usually in money. You usually pay off a debit card or credit card or.
Well, all
That's
fiat's
for rich
not
people.
necessarily worthless. It just depends on who has it.
I mean, yes, you'd have to round shit up probably to a nickel, like 4 cents.
They would round. Well, they would round down
Up.
for us.
They would round up.
Yeah. Scrapyard does that, but then it benefits you, especially if it's like only a penny. You get a free 99 cents.
Yeah, buddy.
So that's pretty sweet.
But
yeah, I
does
know
anybody
he's trying
think gold is weird? I just thought of this.
What do you mean?
I love
Because somebody's like, I
gold.
like this shiny rock. It should be worth something.
Well,
like
back in the-
anything, like
back in the-
diamonds. Like,
no, back in
oh,
the
look
day,
at
I
this.
guarantee you it was because it was shiny.
Yes. So I'm just saying, and rare. I
Or
guess.
we have a built-in understanding of its worth because we were turned into a slave. Like, apparently that's why humans were made, to mine
I just
gold.
find it weird. I just find everything weird. Like, oh, this was a shiny rock. This should be worth something. This is what I want. This is awesome.
Diamond.
Like the fucking ring from Lord of the
Diamonds aren't
Rings.
worth shit. They're artificially inflated. There is no shortage of diamonds. The value is something
There's
other
just
than
talking about shiny thing. Why are you so angry today, Josh?
What do you mean? I'm not angry.
So
It
angry.
rains diamonds on like fucking Venus
Because I
or
said
something.
diamonds aren't worth shit.
Or
Are you?
it rains diamonds on Uranus.
That's why he's angry. Okay,
Uranus,
yeah, I would
or
be
is
angry
it
too.
Mercury.
I think
One of
it's
them it
Uranus.
rains rubies. Let's see, metallurgy can turn anything into gold.
Well, no, that's alchemy.
That's alchemy.
Hmm.
I don't know. I know they can make diamonds out of coal dust now. I don't know about if anybody's like come out and done gold.
Yeah, there's human made diamonds.
There is like a shit ton of uses
He's
for
a
gold
wrestler.
though. So even if we could like change anything into gold, it would obviously tank the value of it, but it doesn't matter because gold has a shit ton of uses. In
Yeah.
microchips, wiring, shielding. I mean, that's why the Anunnaki came here and made us dig it up for them, Matt.
Okay.
Stop denying yourself the truth.
Why were they not aware of
That's why they say in
plutonium or like palladium or whatever?
because it's
other,
not as useful as gold.
or
Have you not
titanium.
seen Cowboys
Titanium.
versus Aliens?
Ti-
They use it for
titanium.
fuel.
What, gold?
Yeah.
Why are you
Wasn't it
retarded
gold? Was it
enough
gold?
to fucking use gold as your fuel? Why
Because
wouldn't
they're
you?
aliens.
I'm
If
just
it'll-
saying you're taking a rare metal and that's your fuel.
Maybe it's
all
not
right,
all
see,
that rare to them.
no wonder we won against them because they're dumb as shit. You use a
007
rare
and
metal
Indiana Jones.
and that's your fucking
We
fuel.
won against them
You're dumb
because
as
a
shit.
cowboy got one of their wrist weapons and he ran them off the planet. I mean, I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and jump into the happenings this week.
What's happening?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening? What is happening?
So, Trump got 2 confirmations today. Not only Kash Patel, but some other dude whose name I can't remember.
Yeah.
He's the Commerce Secretary. Matt, I need you to look it up, buddy. Trump's
listen.
Commerce Secretary. He's one today. What did you think about that Trump truth where Trump fired all of Biden's DOJ
It happened.
attorneys?
What? I mean, it's
I think it's happened before.
no. It happened with Obama.
Howard
got
Lutnick.
who?
Howard Lutnick.
Howard Lutnick.
He
Who
sounds
was
New
he?
York as fuck.
That does. Sound
I've
New
never
Yorkish.
seen him. I just heard him giving a speech, and he's like,
super
Yeah.
New York
He-
accent.
"Oh man, it's like we got to make it great."
But no, Obama fired all
Utes
of Bush's
gonna be so
DOJ
happy.
fucking attorneys.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
wants
this
me
isn't
to
a big
pay
deal.
for-
It wouldn't be a big deal except for it's Trump.
That's true.
So, or whatever. Who cares?
Well, we'll talk about the Delta flight real quick. Just to put the Delta, if you haven't heard, a Delta flight crashed in Toronto and flipped upside down. Luckily,
Trump's
nobody
fault, I
died.
guess.
It is Trump's fault because he was talking something to do with tariffs and landing lights, or I don't know. Delta plane crash in Canada. Just to give some backstory on everything I could find out. Winds were 26 miles an hour, gusting to 37 miles an hour, coming at the plane at a 33-degree angle crosswind. And let's see, the temperature was 17.6 degrees. Visibility was good. Light snow cover on the runway, but nothing that would stop planes from landing.
Is that Celsius?
No, that I don't know what it is. I converted it from Celsius because I speak American.
Okay.
I use everything in freedom fractions, buddy. Let's see.
Freedom fractions.
The left wing is what actually caused the plane to roll over because the right wing broke off. The left wing was still creating lift, which caused it to roll over. The head pilot was James Henman. First officer was Kendall Swanson. Apparently, they're saying Swanson was one flying the plane during the landing because Henneman was talking, and apparently it's common practice. Whatever person is talking to the tower is not the one flying. So, and Kendall, because there was a bunch of rumors going around, this company, it wasn't Delta actually flying the plane. It was like a subcontracted airline that takes care of it for them, which incidentally has made a lot of, we're DEI as fuck, and welcome to your unmanned airplane, because they are known for hiring all women. But I looked it up, so there was a dude doing it, but Kendall is a lady. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it. They think what caused
a real lady, like,
yeah, it was a real lady, not a fake, not a Tucker's lady,
not a Tucker's lady.
But they think what caused it is possibly the plane didn't flare up, or they pull up right before they land to try to take away some of the descent speed. But here's a video kind of going from the crash to people walking out the plane, just so everybody knows what we're talking about.
1, 2, 3. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh no!
That seems bad.
Yeah, I cannot believe nobody died.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, for real.
Are you seeing this airplane just crash into the
plane did what it's supposed to do, guys.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It's like, hey, this thing's cutting into my belly.
Yeah, my
Coming unhooked.
Definitely.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your hands off. That's on the way. On the way.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
That's exactly what I was saying, though.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh my fucking god. Yo, I was just on this fucking plane. Oh my god. Yo, I was just on this fucking
we know.
plane. Holy
We saw
fuck.
you get out of the plane with your camera. Did
Yeah.
you notice
Was he
that
on the
lady
plane?
hanging upside down? I don't know if she was knocked out, but she looks surprisingly chill.
Yeah, like,
It's like,
this is
well,
cool.
The seatbelt light's still
I
on.
guess
so I guess,
At least we made it to the airport.
yeah. Well, I
Gonna
made it
hang
here.
out, Peter.
It's like you
Oh,
need to get
thank
out.
y'all,
You need to
'cause-
turn off that seatbelt light.
Oh, I wonder if the
refuse to
Tim
break the
Hortons
rules.
is still open.
They were having to
Ma'am?
yell at the people. They were
Man.
having to yell at the people to put their shit down. It's like, drop your shit and get off the plane.
This is why you're supposed to put your tray up.
Exactly.
You just go upside down.
Well, that's why it's an argument about people that don't buy tickets and don't let their kids sit in their lap. Because
Well,
something
yeah.
like that happening. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I cannot wait to hear more information about that helicopter crash.
You're not going to. When's the last time you heard about the bridge collapse?
Yeah.
After it happened?
Yes, that was the last time you heard about it.
It
You
is
don't
weird
hear
how
about
fast
things
shit leaves the
because people just don't care after a week, and not a lot of people ask questions.
So the weird thing about that flight, though, is the captain actually moved up to Delta. So it kind of seems like they have a major league, minor league thing going on. He moved up to Delta
From
then
Spirit?
had to jump back down to whatever company runs that airline. And then she supposedly didn't. They don't think she had all the hours that was required, but there's some loophole or something. But it almost seemed like they had second tier pilots in both seats on that plane. So it's kind of weird. But yeah,
Weird.
but that's all the information I could have. What do you think about Trump having the CIA run Reaper drones in Mexico?
Good. He should bomb people.
Should bomb people.
Fuck the cartel.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. Fuck him.
Load him up.
As soon as he designates some, I guess we're like carte blanche. We can just attack anybody anywhere if they're terrorists. Right? Like, is that
Did you
still
see
going
the
on?
Mexico fucking
I thought we
president?
officially ended the war against terror.
The Mexico president
years ago.
was said that because he's targeting Mexican cartels, that she was going to do something. I don't know. I can't remember, but she was
Like,
really
to
mad
stop him?
that we were no, but we were. She was really mad that they're going after the cartels because
Why?
obviously she
They
was
pay her
paid
bills?
for by the cartels.
It's like, if you don't stop, they're not going to pay my bill.
Well, I mean, basically, I mean, they're the
Inappropriate, man.
biggest economy in Mexico.
Well, yeah. I don't think it matters. I don't think Trump gives a shit.
Nope.
Well, we got. So this is what
Real
I was
quick,
talking
I
about.
did.
Huh? Go ahead.
What?
Matt.
I was going to say, going back to plane crashes and Lutnick, he actually survived 9/11. He at the time he was working at somewhere, and he was supposed to be in the World Trade Center on the North Tower, and instead he went to take his kid to kindergarten. Excuse me. He took his kid to kindergarten instead of working in his office, and he survived 9/11.
That's crazy.
Well, Trump said something to that effect too. I don't know if it was just him
Well, he
saying
didn't
that.
survive it. He just didn't go in.
What?
Well, he just yeah.
He did have to
He didn't go
rebuild
to
a
work.
bunch of shit from that, though.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go golfing.
Yeah.
So
He
yeah, but I do
avoided
know
it.
he
He
had to
didn't survive
rebuild
it.
everything. Like, he was a huge.
He was the head of Cantor Fitzgerald. Don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Well, I'm going to play this clip about the Microsoft's new
He's a
quantum
billionaire.
chip, and
Yeah, I
then
don't know what the hell this is.
Yeah, you guys can watch this little synopsis on it. Then it's going to just you two, and I may or may be back by the time it's done. Here it is.
Microsoft says it has created a new chip that shows quantum computing is much closer than recently believed. Quantum computers hold the promise of carrying out calculations that would take today's systems millions of years. But the fundamental building block of quantum computers, called a qubit, is extremely difficult to control and prone to errors.
Boring.
Microsoft says its Majorana 1 chip is less prone to those errors than
I have no
rivals,
comment for
providing
this.
as proof a scientific paper
Don't
set to be
care.
published in academic journal Nature.
Until
The
it
chip has
actually
been in the
happens.
works for nearly 2 decades and has a new type of material.
that a weight loss
This is
drug?
Microsoft's Chetan Nayak in a video provided by the company.
Oh,
It's called
that's
a
one here now.
topological superconductor, or topoconductor for short. And this is something that people have hypothesized for decades. But no one had really reliably created this
Ooh, Once
in
Upon
the
a Time in
laboratory
Hollywood.
or been able to harness
Once
it
Upon a Time in
for
Hollywood.
quantum
That was a good
information
Yeah,
processing.
back behind him, there's a
Google
poster.
last year showed off its own new quantum chip, saying that commercial
Brad Pitt.
applications are only 5 years away. IBM said large-scale quantum computers will be online by 2033. Microsoft did not give a timeline for
The
when
asteroid's
its
gonna hit us
chip
in
would be
32,
scaled
so
up
we're
to
all dead.
quantum computers that can outpace today's
No,
machines.
we're not all dead.
But in
It's
a
only the
blog
size of a
post, the
fucking
company
football
said it
field.
would be, quote, years, not
A
decades.
city's dead. Yeah, okay.
Cool. Good for
So that's
Microsoft.
cool.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's see if it happens. I mean, I've heard about a bunch of this shit that's supposed to come out and never does. So who cares? Hey Matt.
Yeah.
What were y'all do? What were you doing on 9/11?
I was in language arts class in, what was I, 7th grade? Yeah,
What?
7th grade, language arts
damn it.
class.
Fuck you.
And they told us we were reading some book. I can't remember what book we were reading. And we were all reading it as a class. And then our teacher told us to stop reading and turn on the TV. And we're like, holy shit.
Fuck you for being younger. I was driving to work. The same fucking bullshit
supposed to
job I
be
have
today, but
now.
I was in
That's
seventh.
what I was doing. Driving the same fucking hour and a half to
You're
work.
going to Clinton?
No, I was driving the same hour and a half, drive to work that I was working at the iron works in Cedar Rapids.
Oh, okay.
I was in bed watching it on the TV because I was
Where were-
selling Kirby vacuum cleaners back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell am I watching? I was watching live when the second plane hit. Because like,
I
is this
was like,
real?
oh, yeah. I was like, hey, that sucks. Plane hit. Then the second one hit. I was like,
really sucks.
that is not an accident.
Ooh.
That is definitely one of those things, kind of like, if you go back to people that were alive during Pearl Harbor, like anybody can remember what they were doing when that happened. Because
yeah.
Then you watch a 4-hour documentary and you think that thing is super fucked up.
And I was like listening to Dwyer Michaels or maybe Rock 108.
I kind of wonder if Top has watched the documentary that I've been trying to get Kevin to watch for over a year now.
I am not watching a 4-hour fucking documentary.
Once you start watching, you can't stop.
To fucking
just break it up into hour.
I'm not gonna do that.
Where were you working, J Red?
The corner.
You don't talk about J Red that way.
Who's the best corner?
I was in
Shit, you're
6th
fucking
grade.
young too. God damn.
6th grade, walking in 3 hall, when the thing came up and said we were being attacked. See, everybody knows.
Everybody remembers exactly where they're at when it happened. It's
called The Second Pearl Harbor or something like that, a 9/11 documentary. Just saying, it makes you think. Have you seen that, man? Have I sent
I'm
you
just
that link
saying,
yet?
I don't have 4 hours to spare. I've
never.
I just happened to be doing oversight for a roofing job, and I had access to my phone, and I literally just sat around and watched people work. So I'm like, hey, my buddy's been trying to get me to watch this, and he told me about it, and I thought he was crazy. It's like, man, I got 10 hours to kill. I'm going to watch it. And then I watched it.
So instead of making sure people didn't fall off of roofs,
I was not there for safety.
Document. Okay.
They had a safety guy. They had a foreman. I was literally there to write down.
Josh just had to make sure that they did what they were supposed to.
I just had to make sure they were
So
installing.
instead of doing that, you watched 4 hours.
No, I just had to go up.
At the end of the day is really all he had to figure out.
It was the easiest job in the world.
Yeah.
Because all I had to do was make sure they're using the products
again
in the spec.
Yeah.
And I would go up like 2 or 3 times a day to make sure they were doing it per the manufacturer's specification.
Elon Musk should have cut your job.
What are you talking about? I had a very important job. Fargrons.
See, I don't think is that what you meant? Because I don't think it is.
That's
Is that what he meant? Is that a thing?
What?
Fargrons?
Fairgrounds.
Oh, fairgrounds. Okay.
What fairgrounds?
I think Jared might be a couple.
Jared might be drinking with us.
Are you drunk thumbing?
I'm not seeing all his comments.
You got to scroll down, buddy.
I can't scroll. The last thing I have is.
I'm just saying it's an interesting documentary worth watching to make you think about shit.
I'm sure it is, and
any real person who's into conspiracy theories,
I very
1000%
rarely
would
watch
that.
anything you send me. Just to let you know.
You're such a dick.
I know. I'm just saying.
He just reacts with smiley faces and laughs.
So what did you guys think of that Microsoft chip, though? Did you guys talk about that? What did you think about that?
No, we didn't talk about it at all because I don't believe it's going to happen. I don't believe in anything until it actually happens.
Microsoft says they say theirs is going to be ready in years, not decades.
I also remember when self-driving cars were supposed to be a thing 10 years ago.
Weren't we supposed to have flying cars by now?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Have flying cars.
There was a flying car that was being in development. It was the next big thing. Then it never happened.
Car come out of the ditch one time.
Yeah, I've been in the air in a car.
Already had
it's just
quantum
not
computers.
the way you think about it.
Am I wrong about that?
Quantum mechanic?
I thought HP had a quantum computer.
They were working on
that's
it.
the thing. I don't know, and I don't care.
The fucked up thing is they say that they're not reliable.
Well, I mean,
Glenn Beck was saying that if what they say comes to fruition, like one of those computers could store like enough data to where it would be, if you're using the entire
yes, you could almost make a simulation
volume of the planet of a warehouse. That's how much data it could store.
Well, yeah, and technically, we could be part of a quantum computer's simulation right now.
We are.
Well, see, and that's exactly where we're heading. We're just
Go back and check out
I don't know.
Simulation Theory.
Yeah,
Great
I'm
episode.
just saying, until it happens, I don't know, because they promise a bunch of shit. Then either I'm guessing either the government doesn't allow it to happen, or they keep it for themselves, or it's just not cost feasible, so just give up on it.
We covered that in episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah,
we talked about a lot of shit.
Jesus Christ, how do you remember that?
I don't know. I don't remember anything, but I remember about all the stupid shit that we talk about.
Christ, I don't.
I remember nothing except for stuff that doesn't.
Matt stopped listening to our show. He's not a very good supporter, but he did come on now, so now he's part of it. So now he has to listen.
I remember when
he listened like one show came on.
He's
the
very
show,
narcissistic, so he definitely watches it now.
Listen, he's gonna watch our previous episodes like I'm gonna watch that 9/11.
I'll tell you one thing though: if that chip is real, you're such a jerk. I'm just saying.
He's not wrong.
No, you're scared. If you start watching it, you will finish it.
Okay? I guarantee I won't.
Yeah, you will.
Probably fall asleep. It's like The Irishman. You just
I will fall asleep during it, and it will end.
It's super exciting.
It's like the never-ending story.
Unless there's a battle scene in the middle of it.
Well, there's buildings exploding.
Maybe Adam Sandler goes in.
I'll just put it this way.
Pixels.
What was it? Was it Building 4 that collapsed too? So
7.
1, 2, and 4?
7.
So Building 7 fell. Building 7, will you question your reality? For what?
You will question your reality.
Oh, yeah.
What up?
What, during the quantum chip?
I don't know.
Maybe. No. Okay, Building 7
This is
fell.
what happens when
This is the
people
only thing
run
I'm going
away.
to say about the documentary. That is the only building in the history of skyscrapers that have fallen during a fire, and they have not updated the fire code in New York since then.
Listen,
that's all I'm gonna say
I
about
get it. I do. I'm still not going to watch it.
I know, because you're a jerk. Let's see.
Was it made by Jesse Ventura?
Maybe. That would mean it's laced with cocaine. What do you think about this governor trying to circumvent? You could argue the will of the people and try to pass gun legislation.
After the
Yes.
I get it.
See,
I
he's
do.
seen it. He knows what I'm talking about.
You're probably 100%.
He knows what I'm
correct.
talking about. You just want to live in the shadows and in ignorance, Kevin. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
No, because it's already over and I don't care.
We're not woke. We're awake, and you're asleep.
I mean, I'm
Good.
sorry.
Then leave me the fuck alone.
If they would shove it down to 2 hours, maybe I would, but
you can't do
4
it.
hours is just too much.
Can't do 4.
It's
I
not
just
too
don't
much.
have
You
it.
haven't watched it.
I
We
don't
went
have it
6
in my-
hours.
Have you watched Return of the King director's cut, Kevin?
No.
That's about 4 hours.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't be able to do that either. I don't
watched
care
the-
what movie
I
I'm
watched the
watching. I'm
full-length,
falling asleep. It
Justice
happens every
Team-
goddamn
Justice
movie I
League.
watch in my house.
The Justice League director's cut? Yeah.
No, yeah,
Or the white and black one.
Which I've never
Snyder
finished.
cut?
I guess I've started it many
Snyder
times.
cut was better than the original. Yeah.
The Snyder cut.
Yeah, the thing that
Snyder
sucks
Cut
is
was
it
better.
set it up for a sequel, and it's never going to
Yeah, again, I watched part of it, then I fell asleep.
DC is like every man. We start something, we never finish it.
Yeah. They don't know what
And then
they're
we
doing.
make a movie and we literally just put it in a vault, never sees the light of day after we spend $100 million.
The thing is, like, the new Suicide Squad is really good, and that Blue Beetle movie sucked.
I
It
actually
did.
liked the Blue Beetle.
I couldn't finish it.
I didn't think it was that
I
bad.
thought it
Now,
was stupid.
There's a
It
lot
was-
of woe is me, pro illegal immigration stuff in it, but I didn't think it was that bad.
I
of a
thought it
movie.
was stupid. I couldn't finish
It
it.
was interesting. I do like that actor, though. The guy that's on Cobra Kai.
Again, I haven't watched Cobra Kai
George
yet.
Lopez?
No.
I do remember George Lopez being in that Blue
George
Beetle
Lopez
movie. He was
was on
funny.
it.
Yeah,
was
it
not
was.
in
It was.
Cobra
I thought it was a good movie. But
It
here,
was okay.
give me your thoughts on this.
Year after year, I've stood here and asked the General Assembly to send an assault weapons ban to my desk. This year, I'm sending you a budget to the General Assembly
motion.
for the first
Governor of
time.
Rhode Island.
Will include a ban on assault weapons. Let's finally get this done.
So here's the thing.
He tried to put it in the budget, didn't he?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they did put it in the budget. They're trying to pass it in the budget.
Fuck that shit.
If you
Not gonna
read,
get passed.
Who
if
cares?
you
What's Rhode
read-
Island got? 10 people in it?
I don't know. But here's the thing. If you can't pass it in the state Congress and Senate, then the people don't want it.
Yes.
It's like, but I want it. I told you I wanted it. You didn't give it to me. So if you want to get your paychecks, I'm going to add it in here. If you read, I guess I'll talk like that. If you read the text
Can
in
they?
the budget,
I mean,
any
can
semi-automatic
they
gun
go against 2A? It's a
I don't
constitutional
think that,
right.
Yeah,
so
I
unless
think the
it's,
federal supremacy clause goes in there, and
I would think so, right?
Okay, I'm a purist like you are with First Amendment. I am with Second Amendment.
I am also a Second Amendment purist.
Where
I think we should be able to own anything.
any gun restriction law, period, is unconstitutional.
I do feel like felons should
Full
not have
auto,
guns.
all that. I think a felon, if they served their time, done their parole, and getting off paper, should get their rights back.
Ooh, see, we differ here. I think
depends on the felony.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if it's a gun violence crime, but if someone goes to prison, they serve their time, they get out on parole.
Fucking prison system
they
was better
do their
and actually
parole,
fucking,
and they don't have any violations, and they are off paper. That person should get all the rights.
Yeah, because I think everybody goes on. No, not everybody goes on probation because some people serve the full sentence. So
I'm just saying.
I think there should be a probationary period.
What I'm saying is, if your punishment for your crime is when you go to prison.
Yes, I agree 100%. But I still think there should be a probationary period before you. I agree you should have your voting rights back, most of your rights. I believe if you're in for a violent crime, I think there should be a probationary period. Let it be 1 year.
I mean, I think if
before
your crime
you can.
was, I guess if you were younger, maybe you can make that. If you have a violent crime with a firearm, I could see you not being able to retain your right to own a firearm again.
I think if you have a year without any kind of, you should be able to get your
because
firearm back.
there are people that go to prison and get out and actually turn their lives around.
Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
Think
There's probably
should have
a large
rights
amount
restricted.
of people.
Now Matt's like, no, you're a bad man. I heard you, Matt.
I said it
You're like,
depends on the
nope,
felon.
Matt hates convicts.
He hates convicts.
Except for Prison Mike. Prison Mike.
Because we work with so many of them.
There are a few.
I'm all about giving someone a second chance. Like
Absolutely.
I'm talking about.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But this is like my idea is.
No, I think you should own a tank. I think you should be able to own
if I had the money,
if
and
you can afford it, you should be able to have it.
And for one thing, full auto is not all what it's cracked out to be. We've said this many times on the channel. Yeah, it's fun until you realize how much money you're blowing out of that barrel in a very short amount of time.
And if you have that kind of money, I mean, you're probably not a murderer anyways.
Even the military only uses full auto for suppression power.
You might be hunting people. I don't fucking
know.
I don't know what rich people do with their time.
Haven't you ever...
Did you think they hunted people on Epstein's Island?
Yes.
Or was that a different island?
I think if
it was
somebody
a different
ran,
kind of
did.
hunt. But
where they go? No, they didn't hunt people on Epstein's Island. If they go on swim away, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, I don't think that's. I don't think it's a big island.
Oh, come on! Any movie
Matt's
has
there.
look, people
Matt's
on an
there
island.
right now. Tell me how big it is, Matt.
Here, pretty big. Can fit my fat ass here.
Do you feel
how
like
far can you run, Matt? Because
where's
not
my
even a
beer?
fun hunt.
Where's my beer? Haven't you ever read The Most Dangerous Game?
Yeah, that was a book. I'm not saying like, and The Hunt was on the. You ever seen the movie The Hunt?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good movie. But I mean,
No,
I'm not saying
there's been a
people
lot of
wouldn't
movies
do it,
about
but I'm
people
not
hunting
like.
people.
Why are we talking about hunting people? What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Because he just said it.
I said rich people if they can afford the kind of bullets.
Yes.
They're probably not hunting people.
I didn't see fucking hunting.
Here's the thing. All right, if you break a crime, you go to
Hang
prison,
out
you
with
serve your
Yami for a
time,
while.
and you get
Yeah.
off, then I think you should get all your rights back. If you're a repeat offender, then no. At some point, you got to like, all right, this person's an asshole.
I also feel like pedophiles should not get guns. I just don't like them. I just don't like them, so I don't think they should.
Or their dongs back.
No, they should be castrated or killed.
Yes.
Eunuchs.
Yeah.
We need to bring back eunuchs. Force eunuchism on pedos. What's weird?
Yeah. See, hunt them. Hunt
That's
pedophiles.
how the pharaohs trusted their guards around their women. Like, well, you ain't touching her because I'm taking her wiener. And I'm going to carry that in the jar with me. These are all my eunuchs' junk. That's the junk drawer. That's where that term came from.
I guess
It's an
they
Egyptian
started that
term.
after the mummy's pharaoh.
It's an Egyptian term. You probably didn't know that. Did you know that the junk drawer actually meant a drawer full of wieners from Unix? Really? No. No, not at all.
No.
Let's see. Did you hear about the trans cult leader who thought was dead was arrested from the Zizian cult?
Nope.
Probably didn't heard of that. I didn't hear about it either. I just thought it was interesting.
Well, I knew about him.
New at 6, the
How did you
apparent
know
leader
about
of a cult
Because I heard about that,
tied to several murders, including one of a Vermont Border Patrol agent has been arrested in Maryland. Jack Lasota and Michelle Zashko were taken into custody in Allegheny County. Lasota is believed to be the leader of the Zizians and faces multiple charges. The group does not have clearly established goals, but online
their
writings
goals are
include topics
veganism
like
and transgenderism.
Veganism, gender
That's the leader?
identity.
Yeah.
Zizian has been connected
big
to murders
forehead
in Vermont,
fucking
Pennsylvania, and California.
Oh my god.
You're not going to have to worry about taking over. But
Sort of
yeah,
related to
apparently
Peyton
they're
Manning.
the only thing I could find out about them is their extremist veganisms and what was the other thing?
That seems like a
Trans.
weird thing to be if you're killing people.
Yeah, they're
Because you have
apparently
a
they're
problem
attached to
killing
6
anything
different
but
murders.
humans.
Yeah, they have 6 different murders, and then I threw this one at the
As long as
last
they
minute.
don't eat them.
They're douchebags. They all deserve to go to jail.
You don't know if they're not eating them.
I don't.
I mean, maybe.
I don't.
I mean, some doctor.
But if they're vegan, why would you eat them?
I don't know. I don't.
Because the only good meat's human meat.
It's on the internet, Kevin. It's forever. And I threw this one, and Kevin sent me this. I threw this in at the last minute because it's hilarious.
It is
The
hilarious.
NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Fucking Trump, dude. That dude just says whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
he
he
gives
wants.
no
I
fuck.
love that guy.
He gives no fuck.
I kind of feel
Especially
like
now.
she probably ruined her political career.
Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's people. I mean, people are turning away from this. Like I was listening to the 5 today, and that Democrat Jessica something.
It
who's
was
on there.
always an 80-20 issue.
Well, then they say, well, yeah, but it's not just black and white with these. Like they learned that in court because there's like 33 different cisgenders or
No,
you know, when people.
there's 2.
No, they're talking about people that are like
Mentally
actual
ill.
hermaphrodites.
Then there's 3 if you want to really call.
No, they're like, oh, it's like 33. It's not cutting. I'm like, okay, well, generally in most cases, you're dominant.
99.9% is male or female.
Well, and even in those cases, there's going to be a dominant
0.99999.
thing.
999.
But she's like,
And
see, it's
actually,
not cut and dry. And like,
they
well, for the
have
last
the
umpteen
reproductive
thousands of-
organs of one male or female that just happen to have like a vagina, but not a uterus and balls. I mean, they don't have. They either have like they have a uterus.
I don't
and
feel comfortable with you talking about.
Well, I mean,
You've been doing this research.
No, because I mean, somebody got an argument on Twitter last night or X last night, and I was reading through it, and they're like, "Oh, no, I mean, technically, they only have the reproductive system of one gender."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all of them have a dominant one way or the other.
Yeah,
and that's what. So male or female.
Yep.
But yeah, she brought that argument up, and people are like, everyone on the 5 just annihilated her over it. But
yeah.
Well, that pretty much wraps up the happenings of the week, Kevin.
So let's go to White Sale Week,
which is got a
brought to you
sponsor.
by Tuckers. Matt, keep them headphones on.
Brought to you by Tuckers. Ladies, are you tired of having to say eyes up here due to that unsightly dome-shaped bulge in your crotchal region? Then Tuckers is the feminine underwear for you. Their patented she-shaft shackle, conveniently located in the frontal gooch area, ensures a secure bulge-free fit. Made of 100% recycled garbage from the streets of San Francisco, not only will that pesky moose knuckle be comfortably transformed into a true Arabian camel toe, you'll also be overtaken by that self-gratifying feeling knowing that you're helping clean up one of America's not-so-pretty-anymore cities. Tuckers. Don't let that pesky penis ruin your girl's night out. That's Tuckers, the ultimate cucumber elastic restraint system. Use promo code Buffalo Bill for 10% off your first order.
What's a honky?
Today's white slur of the week is perm sperm. From preconception, conception, birth, and death through their entire lives, they stay white like sperm. Perm sperm.
What's a honky?
One of my favorites ever.
Wait, just so you know, we are not making this shit up.
No,
this
we
is
get
on
this off a website.
slurs.org.
Yeah. We haven't made one up yet. I mean, it's all been. I mean, somebody made it up, but I mean, it's good.
They definitely made that up.
That's awesome.
The only white slurs we're not going to use are the ones that are attached to other racial slurs. We don't use those.
Because this is all about the white slurs.
We're not giving you examples either, Matt. Figure them out on your own.
I was trying to think of.
You look them up on your own, Matt.
Will.
All right.
Look them all up.
I got things to do, so let's get
and not say them ever.
Well, we got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Matt.
And this was the Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common Sense.
Common Sense.
Common Sense.
Keep that vinyl spinning.
And remember, don't be boring, be a pirate.
And stay classy.
And Matt sent me this, so I'm going to leave you guys with this on where all our tax dollars are going.